Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows 50 Cent narrate how it went down when he signed with Eminem in the early 2000s, how Ja Rule walked into his own demise by mentioning Eminem's daughter, and also Dame Dash belittling his deal with Eminem and Dre at the start of his career, and 50 Cent slammed Dame Dash, and this got social media buzzing at the moment. More on this momentarily. Today we also have more on Kendrick Lamar, who is under fire for, quote, letting his West Coast homies flop. And regardless of how some have tried to spin it, YG selling 9,000 first week is terrible. And this conversation even sparked debates between Adam22 and games manager Wack100, and we'll expand on this in a moment. And today we also have Joe Budden and his co-host come under fire for their critique of Big Sean's new album Better Me Than You. And boy, Joe Budden and his co-hosts have been getting blasted, as many rap fans are convinced that Big Sean gave the world what they've been asking all these years, only for Big Sean to do it, and now they aren't feeling the album. And it all started when this snippet hit X.com, formerly known as Twitter, from the Joe Budden podcast.
Better Me Than You.
Big Sean is fabulous for this generation.
Was it good?
Holy shit.
Wait, excuse me?
I don't know how to elaborate more without potentially offending someone. It's not a bad thing. That's what I got from press and play this morning.
I want to try to challenge him, but I can't.
I'm trying to think. He
but wait, hold on. Maybe we need another listen.
It's hard for me. I compare artists to their discographies. It's gonna sound really fucked up what I'm about to say, and I apologize if anybody gets offended. I'm just not a fan of mental health rapping Big Sean. The therapy, the meditation, all that positivity, it just don't sound right
authentic?
in the music. No. It's
okay.
Authentic. It's who you are today. But it almost feels like something's missing now in the music. Like you've gotten to a place of peace and tranquility in your life that it don't sound good in the music.
Yeah, like Chance Jr. Like on this project, I heard a lot of, oh, I love my wife so much, and then when I'm hurt, I'm calling my family. My family tell me that I gotta keep going, and when I keep going, I stand on my stool. I'm saging the house. I can get rid of these demons. The devil is by me. Like, dog, like respectfully, because I like that shit. I just don't like him doing it without big budgets. I like my Big Sean with a bigger budget, because Dark Sky Paradise, this may be credit to Drake, but Blessed is kind of a mental health record. But he just made it work.
It's dressed up in a way that's not so on the nose.
Yeah, the beat was dark, the hook is fire. Like, he's given us fly mental health bars before. I just don't like it without the big production and the big hook.
And in a weird way, they just agreed with what 50 Cent said about hip-hop in his book. This may not even be a Big Sean problem, but rather with what people find exciting in hip-hop music. 50 Cent described it in his book Hustle Harder as, hip-hop loves things that are damaged. It has been a defining trait of the culture. Every few years, a new, dangerous and damaged rapper appears on the scene and captivates the culture. People tend to stop viewing you as a human once you taste success in the public's mind. Once you make it, you're fixed. Big Sean sounds like he's in a much better place right now, and the raps aren't as exciting anymore now that he's, quote, fixed, is what I take from what they were talking about on the Joe Budden podcast in their own way. And users have been going to town on Joe Budden since this hit X. They criticized Drake for not growing up with his music and criticized Big Sean for growing up with his, and social media was pretty much flooded with takes along these lines from what they said about Big Sean. This proves to me that these dudes just say anything. You want Drake to make grown music, but down Big Sean for making grown-up music. Do y'all really want to hear people's growth? And this blew up on X. Big Sean could be looked at as a version of the Canadian who took everyone's advice. He took all the breaks people said to take. He didn't flood the market and took his time to create. He settled down and went to therapy. He raps about all the topics people like, and yet. And boy, apparently this has exposed Joe Budden's hypocrisy. All the begging for mature raps, and yet they won't even support it. And boy, this whole thing makes 50 Cent sound like a prophet. They kept going. I really hate the takes on music. Mental health bars? It is never about the music being good. It is about what take can make your pod go viral. Positive music has no place in rap from what it sounds like, LOL. But what are your thoughts on the crap storm? And speaking of another crap storm, Kendrick Lamar has come under fire due to the fact that his West Coast affiliates have been flopping commercially since the Pop Out concert. First, DJ Mustard and now YG. And this debate hit the No Jumper podcast where Adam22 and Wack 100 went back and forth on if Kendrick Lamar should do more for his homies. Check out the snippet.
What did going and standing on stage with Kendrick do for everybody?
He did a lot for him.
Why didn't he post YG's album? That's what a lot of people want to know.
Man, y'all nitpicking. You know, YG probably wanted him to, maybe. I don't know if Kendrick...
I'm just saying, I don't know if Kendrick's the whole LA got behind him so hard, does he not owe, a little bit of a look here and there? Maybe do a song with somebody for their project? Why does everybody just allow Kendrick to just exist in this mysterious, quiet little box away from everybody? He's not expected to hop on anybody's project to do any normal rapper shit? I do think it's a decent question.
You don't know what they've done together.
Would have been nice if Kendrick shouted out YG's project, right?
It definitely would have been a good look.
That would have been him behaving like a normal person.
About it, I'm gonna be real.
He's so mysterious.
I think YG showed up, right, for one, to generally show support. Two, to let Drake know I didn't appreciate you throwing me in that shit. Because me and Kendrick both from Compton, right? He didn't show up to say, Kendrick, I'm here, now do something for me.
I bet if he was still cool with Drake, Drake would have posted his album.
I mean, I don't know. I think Kendrick showed up, and the people that showed up to support Kendrick showed up genuinely to support Kendrick, not showing up to say, you owe me something.
Now, of course, this only led to even more debates on the issue, as on one end, some hip-hop media personalities have fired back with, go through Kendrick's Twitter and show me where he has posted anyone's album. And to Wack's point, we don't know what was done or said behind the scenes, mind yours. To which a user fired back with, ain't he post X's album? Although some believe he shouldn't because he's not really active on social media like that. Kendrick literally isn't on social media. Why would he do any of this? This is literally incorrect, but I get the point. And those who agree with Adam22 are going off. Nothing but facts from Adam Shake My Head. Kendrick gets all the love for doing nothing, and Drake gets all the hate for showing too much love. Shake my head. Personally, I don't believe a tweet from Kendrick would have helped much. I don't think it would have made YG go from 9,000 to 90,000. Yes, it would have helped a bit, but what are your thoughts? And moving on, 50 Cent really went to town on his recent appearance on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. And it has been a couple of snippets that blew up on social media so far. And before we get to the one that started the debate due to Dame Dash belittling his deal with Eminem, 50 Cent initially spoke about what it was like when he met up with Eminem for the first time, and also how Ja Rule brought it on himself by mentioning Haley. Check out a snippet.
Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Yeah, they help me. I can only point to those two people because creatively they got it.
So you gotta understand, he came in the game, he was the outlaw, man.
How did the Eminem first encounter go? When he first got with you?
It was wild. It felt like, remember that show that had Punk'd on MTV?
Yeah,
I thought they had cameras and it was gonna come out and say, you've been
Where
punked.
was y'all at? What city was y'all at?
I was in California, he flew me to LA, right? I came out, I was so bugged out from the experience that I came through the airport with the vest. The lawyer that I had with me, they took me to him. I get there, he like, yo, how do you feel the vest and shit? Like, this is gonna be the biggest, right? He's like, yo, so excited, that it made me question whether what was happening was right. Because I just wasn't so used, it felt so good that it couldn't be like right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, nah. And when I left that meeting, I didn't want him to feel like he brought a problem. I wouldn't say anything about Ja Rule.
Yeah.
I would never say anything about Ja until the first time I said something about him. Ja made a mistake and said something about Haley.
Assassinated today, only hours after revealing to the world that she is super able. For now.
When he said something about Haley, he thought that they made some sort of kind of connection when they was getting high or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the f made him think like this? It was a Friday. My whole mixtape, Automatic Gunfire, was done Monday morning. And I was dying to do that. I just didn't want him to feel like he brought a problem.
And this segment where 50 Cent put Dame Dash on blast for trying to minimize his achievement at that time when he was signed for $1 million started the heated debates. Check it out.
How much money did he give you for that first deal?
I got $1 million.
Cash, add the taxes.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now. I only felt that, because he said, well, that ain't no money. Like, after you get your watch, chain, and you look out for the homies and you do this, then it's nothing, right? And I was like, I'm from 134th Street. $1 million is a lot of money.
Right.
I think I hit the lotto.
Right.
How you gonna say it's no money? Like that, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt.
Was that the only offer you got? Was any other labels offered you?
I met with everybody. I met with Clue, Desert Storm, all of them. It's because I wanted them to say they was doing the deal with me.
And it is quite interesting to see how some users are taking this. Some have reacted with trying to understand where Dame was wrong. Most professional ball players make 10 times that amount and end up dead broke. So yeah, I can understand his point of view.
Yeah, what color's your Bugatti?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Damn.
People hop on social media and agree with anything without thinking. Just because people mismanage money doesn't change anything. $1 million, even with the crazy inflation today, is still a huge milestone, especially for someone who came from nothing. And users have fired back with Dame was wrong because he told a kid from the project that $1 million was nothing, when in reality it was something. Where 50 Cent is from, nobody has seen or come close to seeing that amount of money. A man in 50 Cent's shoes, $1 million is life-changing. Dame only made those comments to belittle 50's achievements at the time. Failing to know this is wild, and some have added, I bet you, now that he can't pay that $800,000 debt, he would appreciate the value of $1 million. Dame stays giving advices that are out of touch with the reality of the common man, and gets praised for that BS like he's some sort of genius, telling folks real men don't have bosses. You'd have to be ignorant about what went down in the 2000s before 50 Cent got signed to think Dame Dash was coming from a place of positivity when he made those comments. And a user added, let me piggyback off you real quick. Rockefeller passed on 50 Cent. That's like having your salary crapped on by Job A, who passed you, but Job B saw your potential. And some have concluded 50 Cent always keeps receipts, loudly crying emoji. It is always funny because 50 Cent's association to Dre and Eminem was even much more valuable than that $1 million that Dame Dash was belittling. But over to you guys, share your thoughts below, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. See you on the next one.